You know, the next lure we're going to put in our tackle box is a spinnerbait, and that's probably going to cost you $4, which will have us right up to $35. And I think we're doing good on keeping it under $50 for our one bass. And you know what? If I was you, when it comes to a spinnerbait, I would consider going to the store and buying a little harness that has a spinner on it. And then buy a jig. And then buy a little plastic bag of trailers and build this little bait right here. I always talk about not wanting to get this complicated, and I hope that wasn't complicated. When I was a youngster, we used to call these beetle spins, and every bait that looked anywhere near that was called a beetle spin. And that it'd probably cost you $4 to buy all them harnesses and put this together. And if you took this little guy and went down the banks that we're talking about you fishing and used your rod and reel combination, you are going to catch one just as sure as the world. However, if you want to take one step higher than that, I would go and purchase a $4 spinnerbait. Almost exactly what I told you to try to build there. It's a harness that carries a jig that has in this case, a white skirt on it. Now this bait is just like every other bait that you throw out there. You have to feel it. This blade will start spinning and it'll vibrate and it'll send a message right to your hand on that rod and reel. You will feel this bump into an obstacle out there, some cover, a rock, a tree, whatever. You'll feel that. But every now and then you'll get so tuned in to this blade twisting that suddenly it'll stop twisting. And that can only be two things. Some grass has got on your whole rig and stopped it from spinning, or a bass has it in his mouth. A spinnerbait is very effective. He needs to be in our tackle box right here, because there'll come a time as you're trying to cover some water, it's kind of like the little crankbait, man, it can get the job done. We got two good baits in our box.